Hey guys, what is up? Me, D with Benfin here, and you know I'm a huge Miami Heat fan, especially a Wade fan. So today I'm predicting the NBA playoffs through the rounds. I will tell you guys who I predict and how many games. So before I start this, in the comments below, if you think that I messed up or you think this team's going to win or that team's going to win, or, you know, the championship, that team's going to win and not that team, let me know in the comments below your picks. So, today, and I'm a Call of Duty person, but I'm a huge basketball fan, so I'm going to be doing this when this happens. So, we have, it looks like, in Game 1, the Chicago Bulls, well, it doesn't look like it happened. Chicago Bulls took on Philadelphia 76ers. Derrick Rose tore his ACL. He is out for the season, which is horrible, but for a Heat fan, that gives you an advantage if they would face the Chicago Bulls in the conference finals. But anyways, I still believe the Chicago Bulls will beat the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm going to say it'll be a Game 5. They'll be able to win it in 5. I predict that, I think. Yes. Yeah, in 5, I predict. So we would move Chicago up to the conference semifinals, and where they would take on either a Boston or Atlanta team, which Boston's the 4, Atlanta's the 5. Atlanta won the last game, and Atlanta is a tough team, and the reason I'm going to pick Atlanta in a Game 6, I believe. They're just too tough. Boston's had a good year, but I think the number 5 seed Atlanta will win. And pretty much young gold. You got on the Celtics, Garnett, Pierce, Allen, who are a big part of their offense. And if they're not clicking, they're getting older. They're not gonna even have a chance. So I believe Atlanta in a Game 6 or 7, which would take on a Chicago Bulls, Atlanta Hawks matchup in the conference semifinals, where I would take the Bulls still. Even without Rose, I think they can pull it off in a Game 6 or 7. But it'll be tough. But I'm taking the chance and going with Chicago because they got Korver, who's a good three-point shooter. They got Boozer, who can get it done in the paint or out. And they got Joakim Noah, who's good. So, but I still believe the Chicago Bulls will go to the conference finals in a Game 6 or 7 in that. So, we go down to the first round with the Miami Heat, my team, Heat, and I got my new band, Wade, Heat 3, where I believe that the Heat will be able to beat the Knicks in Game 4, to be honest with you. I think they're going to blow them out this series. They beat them in the regular season by 10, one time 9, over 10 the one time, and exactly 10. So I think that they'll be able to beat them, especially since they beat them this past week, 100-67. They're just blowing them out in these series. I believe, though, the Miami Heat will be able to win in 4. It'll probably be 5, but I'm predicting a 4, guys. So they would move up to the conference semifinals, where they would either take on an Indiana Pacers team or an Orlando team, which Orlando took Game 1, which I was surprised because Dwight Howard's not playing in the playoffs. So a lot of people think it's the Pacers. Some people think it's the Orlando Magic, and they're probably surprised from this. It's not really surprise. Well, I'd say it was a surprise, especially without Dwight Howard. But I still predict the Indiana Pacers to win this series in a Game 6. Probably be a 7, but I'm predicting 6. Which would move up to a Miami Heat Indiana Pacers matchup, which I believe the Miami Heat will win again in 5 games. It might be 6, but I predicted it'll be 5. The Heat are just too strong of a team, and they have an easy road to the finals, I believe. They got the New York Knicks, who they're probably going to beat, which I predict. Indiana Pacers, who they should beat, which I predict. Then there will be a conference finals matchup in the East between the Chicago Bulls, Miami Heat. Without Rose, I think the Heat are just too strong, and I think they'll be able to beat the Chicago Bulls in 5 games or 6 games, which will move the Miami Heat into the NBA Finals. So that's the East. Miami in the finals. Let's go to the West. We got San Antonio Spurs with 1, Utah with an 8. Spurs are too strong. They're going to take this in a 4, probably a 4. I'm thinking it's going to be a 4, kind of like the Heat series. Maybe a 5. Who knows? They took the last game, which would move them up to the conference semifinals, where Memphis is a 4, the Clippers are a 5, and the LA Clippers won that game, and I think the Clippers are just too tough a game. They're going to win this. Too tough of a team. The Clippers are going to win this in a 6, I predict. 5 or 6. I think it's going to be 6, though. Where they would take on the Spurs, which I believe the Spurs are too tough of a team, but this whole series will go to a 6 or 7, and I think the Spurs are just too tough, and they're going to win. So that takes the San Antonio Spurs and the 1 seed to the conference finals. Then we have the LA Lakers, who are a good team. They beat the Denver Nuggets, but this series is going to go far. I think Kobe's just too good that they're going to move up to the conference semifinals. It's predicting a 5 or 6 against Denver. Probably a 5, could be a 6. Oklahoma City Thunder versus the reigning champion Dallas Mavericks. The Thunder are just too tough. They got Westbrook, Harden, and they have Durant, of course. So I believe that the Oklahoma City Thunder will do this in 5 and move on to the conference semifinals, take on the Lakers, where Metta World Peace elbowed James Harden. So this is going to be the toughest series, I believe, in the most aggressive series in this playoffs. Probably the Chicago Bulls, Miami Heat will be up there, but I think this is going to be the top one. And I predict the upset, the Lakers, the 3rd seed, over the Thunder. Everybody's saying Heat, Thunder, Heat, Thunder, Heat, Thunder in the playoffs. Some people saying the Spurs now, but I think the Lakers have a good chance. They beat them the last game, and in double overtime. I just think the Lakers are going to pull it off in a Game 7. So that would leave a LA Lakers versus San Antonio Spurs in the conference finals, which will be an amazing game. Again, old and young, but I think the Spurs are just too tough a team. They're going to pull it off in a Game 6 or 7, which would make a Miami Heat San Antonio Spurs playoff run. Oh, I'm spinning. That would be the finals, the championship, and I'm taking my team, the Heat, to win it all over the San Antonio Spurs in a Game 6, and they're going to get the job done. So that is it for me today. Got any questions? Let me know in the comments below. Like for more. And yeah, so I'm going to get going. I made an NBA 2K12. I'm not sure. This video, the NBA 2K12 My Player Mode Top 5 Plays of the Week, might be out before or after this, but it's going to be out. So if you've already watched that already, thanks. That's new series that's coming to my channel. And if you haven't seen it already, it's coming out where I do the top plays that I did in my player NBA 2K12, and that's going to be once a week. As well, new this week for the 2nd time will be my question and shout out video. So thank you guys for watching. Predict your teams in the comments below, and watch my videos, my Call of Duty gameplays, which Infected Tuesdays will be out tomorrow, and I think the new gameplay will be out Thursday again. Thank you guys for watching. Salute.